But why do people ghost? And more importantly, why does it hurt so damn much? The answer lies in the complex interplay of technology and human psychology. Ghosting is a symptom of a larger issue, our struggle to navigate the ever-evolving landscape of digital communication. We're bombarded with connection, yet crave genuine interaction. We fear vulnerability, yet long for intimacy. Ghosting is a defense mechanism, a way to avoid uncomfortable conversations and emotional vulnerability. But it's a cowardly approach, leaving the ghosted party to grapple with unanswered questions and a bruised ego. Ghosting is often more about the ghoster than the ghosted. It's a reflection of their own emotional immaturity, insecurities, and inability to communicate effectively. There are many reasons why people ghost, ranging from fear of conflict to a lack of empathy. Some ghosters are conflict avoidant. They dread confrontation and would rather disappear than engage in a potentially difficult conversation. Others are emotionally unavailable. They shy away from intimacy and commitment, preferring to keep things casual and non-committal. Then there are those who lack empathy. They don't consider the feelings of the person they're ghosting, viewing relationships as transactional and disposable. They prioritize their own comfort over the emotional well-being of others. Technology has in many ways enabled ghosting. Dating apps and social media platforms provide a sense of detachment. It's easier to dismiss a match with a swipe than to face the awkwardness of a real-life conversation. But regardless of the reason, ghosting is a cowardly act. It's a way of avoiding responsibility and accountability for one's actions. It's a selfish act that leaves the ghosted party feeling confused, hurt, and rejected. Being ghosted hurts. It's a painful experience that can trigger a range of negative emotions, from sadness and confusion to anger and self-doubt. The silence can be deafening, leaving you to question your worth and the validity of your feelings. Ghosting is a form of rejection, and like any form of rejection, it can activate the same areas of the brain associated with physical pain. It can trigger feelings of abandonment, especially if you have a history of being ignored or dismissed in past relationships. The lack of closure is particularly agonizing. Without an explanation, you're left to wonder what went wrong, replaying conversations in your head and searching for answers that may never come. This can lead to obsessive thinking, rumination, and difficulty moving on. Ghosting can also damage your self-esteem and make you question your ability to judge character. You may start to doubt your own instincts, wondering if you missed red flags or misread the situation entirely. This can make it challenging to trust others in future relationships. Being ghosted can be a deeply unsettling experience, leaving you feeling hurt, confused, and questioning your own worth. It's important to remember that being ghosted says more about the ghoster's character and emotional maturity than your own. Here are some tips on how to navigate the aftermath of being ghosted. Don't minimize or dismiss your emotions. It's okay to feel hurt, confused, and angry. Allow yourself to grieve the loss of the potential relationship and the emotional investment you made. Ghosting is a cowardly act. It's a reflection of the ghoster's inability to communicate effectively and handle their own emotions, not your worthiness of love and respect. Talk to a trusted friend, family member, or therapist. Sharing your experience can help you process your emotions and gain a fresh perspective. Avoid isolating yourself or bottling up your feelings. Engage in activities that bring you joy and nourish your soul. Exercise, spend time in nature, pursue hobbies, or connect with loved ones. Taking care of your physical and emotional well-being is crucial during this time. Section 5. You are not alone. Finding support and building resilience. Remember, you are not alone. Ghosting is a common experience, particularly in the digital age of dating. Countless others have been through the same hurt and confusion. Reaching out to your support system can provide solace and validation during this difficult time. Friends and family can offer a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on, and words of encouragement. They can remind you of your worth and help you see the situation from a more objective perspective. Don't hesitate to reach out to those who care about you. If you're struggling to cope with the emotional fallout of being ghosted, consider seeking professional help. A therapist can provide a safe and confidential space to explore your feelings, develop coping mechanisms, and build resilience for future relationships. Remember, healing takes time. Be patient with yourself and allow yourself to grieve the loss of the potential relationship. Focus on self-care, Surround yourself with supportive people and trust that you will move on from this experience stronger and wiser. Section 6. The changing landscape of communication ghosting in the digital age. The rise of digital communication has undoubtedly transformed the landscape of relationships. While technology has made it easier than ever to connect with others, it has also created new challenges in navigating the complexities of human interaction. Ghosting is a prime example of how technology can be used to avoid uncomfortable conversations and emotional vulnerability. The digital world often lacks the nuances of face-to-face interaction. Tonal cues, body language, and facial expressions are absent in text messages and social media posts, making it easier to misinterpret intentions and avoid difficult conversations. Moreover, the sheer volume of connections available online can create a sense of disposability in relationships. With countless potential matches at our fingertips, it's easier to detach and move on to the next best thing rather than investing time and effort in resolving conflicts. This culture of instant gratification and endless options can make it challenging to cultivate meaningful connections. It's important to be mindful of these digital pitfalls and strive for authentic communication, even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. Section 7. Recognizing red flags, early warning signs, and setting boundaries. While it's impossible to completely prevent ghosting, there are steps you can take to recognize red flags and set healthy boundaries in your relationships. Pay attention to how your partner communicates and interacts with you, both online and offline. One red flag is inconsistent communication. If your partner is hot and cold, disappearing for days without explanation, or constantly canceling plans, it could be a sign of emotional unavailability or a lack of genuine interest. Another red flag is an unwillingness to engage in meaningful conversations. If your partner avoids discussing their feelings, deflects personal questions, or shuts down when you try to address concerns, it could indicate a fear of intimacy or a lack of commitment to the relationship. It's crucial to set boundaries early on in any relationship. Communicate your needs and expectations clearly and respectfully. Let your partner know what you will and will not tolerate in terms of communication and behavior. Remember, you deserve to be treated with respect and consideration. Don't settle for anything less. If you feel disrespected or disregarded, don't hesitate to walk away and find someone who values your time and emotions. Section 8. Breaking the cycle. Promoting healthy communication and relationships. Breaking the cycle of ghosting requires a collective effort to promote healthy communication and relationship dynamics. It starts with individual accountability and a commitment to treating others with respect, even in the digital realm. Engage in open and honest communication. Express your feelings clearly and respectfully, and encourage your partner to do the same. Don't shy away from difficult conversations. Address conflicts head-on, seeking to understand each other's perspectives rather than resorting to silence or avoidance. Practice empathy and compassion. Put yourself in the other person's shoes and try to understand their perspective, even if you don't agree with it. Remember that everyone is fighting their own battles, and a little kindness can go a long way. Set healthy boundaries and stick to them. Communicate your needs and expectations clearly, and don't be afraid to walk away from relationships that are no longer serving you. Remember, you teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. By fostering a culture of open communication, empathy, and respect, we can create a more fulfilling and authentic dating landscape for everyone. Section 9. Finding your voice. Moving forward with confidence and self-worth. Being ghosted can be a blow to your ego, but it doesn't have to define you. Use this experience as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Embrace your resilience, learn from your past, and move forward with confidence and a stronger sense of self-worth. Remember, you are worthy of love, respect, and healthy relationships. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. Surround yourself with people who appreciate you for who you are and cherish the connections that bring joy and fulfillment to your life. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there again. The right person will appreciate your vulnerability, respect your boundaries, and communicate with honesty and integrity. Trust your instincts, follow your heart, and never settle for anything less than you deserve.